This verse this morning is Matthew 5 and 16, and it says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." And today I'm just grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for um, every single person that God has brought in my life. You know, I'm grateful that God is a God that connects the dots, and just doesn't leave us out there to freelance on our own. And that's something I'm really, really grateful for. And I'm grateful for the power of prayer. Yeah, I'm really grateful for that. But in this particular verse, why I said it was so fitting was because this was a part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, where he addressed so much. I mean, like these was like the part of his mission where he not just connected with persons and heal persons and show people miracles to not necessarily prove who he was, but show his light, and show the goodness of him and the purity of his heart. But this was one of the times when Jesus actually gave us an assignment, right? And in this particular assignment, let me tell you all something. The easiest way that I could put this is when it comes to being a Christian, don't dim your light for nobody. And that's basically what our Creator was telling us in this particular verse. He tells us to let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Sometimes, I'm not saying everybody, because there are some Christians who aren't as humble, but as a Christian, we should be walking with a lot of humility in us, and we should be service. Our God was a God that washed, his followers' feet. He healed the sick and the blind. He didn't turn his back or turn his eye on everybody, So while he walked with a certain sort of poise and grace, and he also was a God that would stand in front of people and tell people about the goodness of God and tell people about how to live, you know? And you shouldn't have to dim your light for nobody, especially when it comes to how you feel about your religion and your relationship with Christ. And whatever it is, you shouldn't have to dim this light for nobody. And sometimes, we want to be quiet and we want to be humble. And, I speaking to myself right now because, see my sister Onika.